This is an ABC Action News special presentation. The Tampa Bay Lightning's quest for the Cup.
Proudly sponsored by Tampa General Hospital, your local Chevy dealers, and by Take 5 Oil Change.
Thank you for joining us for the Quest for the Cup. I'm Vanessa Ariza. The Bolts have to win tonight in order to keep their hope alive and winning a third straight Stanley Cup and keep going. Our whole team is out for tonight's game. Rochelle Lean, she is on the Pepsi porch. Our Lydia Vasquez live on Thunder Alley. But we begin with sports anchors Kyle Berger and Kevin Lewis inside Amalie with a preview of tonight's game. Good evening to you two.
Good evening, Vanessa. You said it. It's a must-win for the Lightning. Game 6, Stanley Cup Final. Now, the Bolts have believed in their recipe the entire series, but since Game 2, they want to forget the first two, the recipe has been get a better start.
Yeah, the Lightning have started cooking in these last 3 games. They have scored first in the first period in each of the past 3 games. In fact, the Avalanche have not led in regulation in the last 2 games. The odds are still pretty stacked against the Bolts. The Lightning must win the next 2 games, including a potential Game 7 in Denver to keep the three-peat dream alive.
I don't know if we've played our best yet. And some of that has to do with Colorado. There's no question. Like, they're a hell of a team. But we're starting to navigate our way. Getting through the special teams has been big for us. Keeping the game 5-on-5 has been big for us.
They have a lot of movement, and they could beat you in a lot of different areas, and they're very skilled. So I think our guys did a great job of, kind of getting in lanes and blocking a lot of shots.
The Lightning are comfortable playing in close games, and you would be too if you had Andrei Vasilevsky between the pipes. Vasi coming off a solid 35-save effort in Game 5. The Big Cat will skate in his 5th game while facing elimination since the start of their first championship run in 2020. Over that span, Vasilevsky has been unbeatable when Tampa Bay's season is at stake.
Game days, he's usually pretty quiet, laser focus. Generally, you try to stay out of the goalie's way most of the time on game days. He's got a bunch of routines that he does that, he's kind of stuck by for, I'm sure, a number of years, and it's worked for him. So it's good to see when you have a guy like that who can be such an impact player that's so focused.
Head coach John Cooper said this morning he anticipates the same lineup as Game 5, which means center Braden Point will miss his 4th straight game.
And Riley Nash will be in the lineup in replace of Point once again. Let's send it out to the Pepsi porch where Lydia Vasquez is with all of those rowdy Lightning fans.
All right, Lydia, can you hear us now? I feel like a Verizon commercial.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I can hear you now, but guess what? We'll make this quick because the rain is coming down. Check this out really quick. She's decked out. Look at this beautiful ring. Let's take a walk over here. We can see everyone starting to get their umbrellas up. Can we make some noise? And then I want to show you guys my friend right over here, okay? They are here and show-stopping. Look at this little beauty queen here. She's got the hair, she's got the chain, she's got everything. Tell me, what's your name?
Sophia.
Sophia, how excited are you? Tell me, how are you feeling tonight?
Good.
Yeah, what do you think is going to happen?
They're going to win. They're going to win. Like, everybody's going to stand up. They're going to cheer for the Bolts.
Listen, you heard it here first. My girl, she's predicting the future, and I'm with you. Mom, tell me, what's going on in your head right now? You guys are decked out. You're ready to go. It's raining over here.
Rain is good luck, though. We do well in rain. It's good.
Okay, do or die game tonight. Our last home game. How are you feeling?
We're going to win. We're going to win.
There's no doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
Listen, thank you guys so much. If we win tonight, I owe it all to my girls. We are watching some rain and some cloud. Everything. It's you know what? It's exciting down here. It's raining, so we're going to send it back to you. But for now, let's hear it. Let's go Bolts, yeah? Let's go Bolts!
Back to you guys. Thank you, Lydia. Sophia said it plain and simple, Rochelle. We are going to win. I think that's all we need right now. How are you doing on the Pepsi porch?
I mean, again, you heard it from Lydia. That's the same thing we're hearing from fans up here. Fans are excited, and they're confident the Bolts are going to pull off a win tonight. One of the fans we actually spoke to was someone you guys might be familiar here at ABC Action News. We've actually featured her a few times. Her name is Laura Henderson. She describes herself as a Bolts super fan. She says she loves the team so much, especially because she says hockey has actually gotten her through drug addiction recovery. She's such a super fan. She's also gotten 2 player signatures tattooed on her shoulder. And she tells me tonight she is confident there's a guaranteed Bolts win tonight here in Tampa Bay.
I mean, we did it with the Rangers. We beat them twice on their ice, those last 2 away games. Can we do it? Yes. Will we do it? Heck yes.
In just a few hours, we're going to see if she's right. For now, in the Pepsi porch, Rochelle Lee, ABC Action News.
Rochelle, thank you. And we all know the beauty the Bay Area has to offer, but when our sports teams are on the national stage, like the Stanley Cup playoffs, we can really show off our city. Our Lauren St. Germain recently spoke with the president and CEO of Visit Tampa Bay, Santiago Corrada.
So with the exposure that the Tampa Bay area is getting, the past 3 years, what is that like for you to then tell the rest of the world about the Tampa Bay area?
Well, every time they play in a series or they're playing a team like New York or Washington, or in this case, South Florida and now Colorado, those are markets we love to talk to people about coming and visiting. And so that exposure, that television exposure, I mean, you can't beat those beauty shots that happen, before the puck drops or during a commercial interruption and coming back. I mean, it's phenomenal. And people get to really see a very beautiful destination during these games. So that commercial marketing exposure is huge for us. And obviously, the longer we play, the better that exposure gets, because you're hitting all these different areas of the country. We hit Toronto early on. Toronto's a big market for us to bring visitors from Canada to our destination. So when you're playing the Maple Leafs for 5, 6, 7 games, although we hate the stress of going to 7 games, it's great marketing for us, and it's great, visual imagery of, this great destination that we all call home.
It's very true. When they put up those beauty shots, I'm like, dang, Tampa looks good. Okay.
They look good. In fact, we just did a focus group, and, we're like this relaxed, really good looking person. If we were going to be described as a person or a human being, very relaxed, suntan, well put together. And so I think that's the way we play when these images are on television.
And let's talk about how the final run is really helping local businesses. When you're out, what are you seeing and hearing from these business owners?
Well, whether they're playing at home or whether they're watch parties and they're playing away, the energy, the enthusiasm, the people out at the bars, at the restaurants, they're in and around downtown, they're on a pirate water taxi, they're on the trolley, this energy, this electricity. And there were people with the jerseys on, and they were high-fiving, and that civic pride that goes on, which then translates into spending money. They're going into the restaurants, they're going into the bars, they're having a great time. And, very responsibly. I think that's really important. I had guests from out of town last night. I was saying, we have a good time here in a very responsible way. And so I love seeing that atmosphere, that energy, whether they're home or whether they're away. It's creating economic impact for us.
Yeah. And, in terms now of the Bolts and really the Bucks too, have you seen people from out of town mention specifically that they've noticed Tampa from one of these sporting events and they're like, I got to come, I got to visit, or I got to move here?
All the time, all of the above. The impact that we make through sports marketing, through sports tourism is huge. And it's not just the imagery on television, it's when fans actually visit the destination and decide, boy, this is a great place to move. This is a great place to raise a family. There's so much to do. Again, I had guests in from Michigan and Alabama, and they were just amazed at, all the people and the energy and how clean and safe and positive the environment was. And I think that's a great calling card for us to have, that you can actually come here and visit and enjoy it, but you might want to think about becoming our neighbor, finding a great job here, and really, contributing to our quality of life. And so we see that more and more and more Obviously, the Buccaneers are drawing that attention. The Lightning drawing that attention. The Tampa Bay Rays, the Tampa Bay Rowdies drawing that attention to the Bay Area. So we're very, very fortunate to have those teams in our community.
Absolutely. And, we're talking about all the people coming from out of town. What can people around here be doing to really support that hometown environment?
Many of our locals enjoying watching the game from a restaurant, watching the game from one of our bars or pubs, watching the game, together, either out at Sparkman Wharf or Armature Works or Thunder Alley. So it's this camaraderie, the civic pride, people enjoying themselves. We're very fortunate. We have a great outdoors. It's getting a little warm now, but people still enjoy being outside in these environments. And so we have so much to offer, and we're seeing our locals take advantage of, this economic development. When we have economic development, we have a new restaurant. That restaurant isn't just for visitors. That restaurant is for our locals. They don't have a sign visitors only or locals only. We get to enjoy those restaurants. When our attractions grow, when we have, added amenities to an aquarium or the zoo or one of our theaters or Busch Gardens, that's not just for visitors. That's for us too. I enjoy those things as a local just as much as visitors enjoy those things. So again, enjoy this community. It's a great community. We have great people here. The diversity in our community is incredible. Our history, our culture. Take part in it because we're very fortunate to have it.
Absolutely. And, you mentioned that hot weather, but that's the reason we can have the boat parade. So, you know what? I think I'll take the hot weather for maybe another boat parade.
I can't tell you how many shirts I saw last night with, Cup, boat parade, repeat. Cup, boat parade, repeat. And who can say that, right? I mean, that's our thing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your insight today about how all these sporting events really help the Tampa Bay exposure. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Go Bolts. Keep it going. Bring back the Cup so we can have that boat parade out in that warm, great weather.
Absolutely. Go Bolts.
Go Bolts.
Hey, not mad at it. Make sure you stick with us. We're going to come right back after the commercial break with more Quest for the Cup coverage in just a couple minutes.